Hey friends, I am on the hunt. I'm looking for my next real estate partner. So I thought I'd shoot a video and kind of share with you what I'm looking for in a partner. And if you're not that partner, I'm going to share with you how you can actually go get one yourself, because it's the secret to buying as much real estate as you want and creating a win-win for everybody. From time to time, I get these comments from some of you out there on YouTube that are saying, Kris, this is so cool that you're providing all this training and knowledge and education, but what if I really don't want to learn how to do real estate? Could I just partner with you? What would that look like? So I decided to shoot a little video for you guys today, and this will apply to every one of you because only a few of you may actually want to go into partnership with me, and I'll explain what that looks like. But for everyone else, you might have seen some of the other videos. We're actually talking about how you can leverage partnerships beneficially, because in real estate, 1 + 1 = 11. And what I mean by that is real estate takes some different pieces, and you might not have all the pieces it takes to do real estate. So let's talk about what is a partner in the first place. When you do the game of real estate, there are some assets that you need. You're going to need some money, doesn't have to be yours. You're going to often need credit, doesn't have to be yours. You need someone to jump in and actually manage the process, doesn't have to be you. And then you also need someone that can actually get in and actually do the actual work, whether it's repairing something, property managing something, or anything like that. And again, doesn't have to be you. So where I really created this financial freedom for myself is I realized I don't have to have the money and I don't have to have the credit. Someone else already does. What I need to have is the expertise and the team that can actually do the real estate. So if just for a moment here, if I were to kind of drop a wheel of what this looks like and divide it into 4 equal parts, we need money, we need credit, we need a manager, and the last thing that you need is the laborers, okay? These are the 4 things that you really need to make real estate work. You need money, you need credit, you need a manager, and you need the laborers. So I got into the game and I figured out on my first couple of deals the hard way that I could learn to do it very profitably. My father-in-law checked in after a couple of years. He was super skeptical at first, but after a couple of years, he saw that I was about to do my next deal, and he said, you know what, you gotta tell me what you're up to. And I basically said, well, this is what I do. I put up the money, I put up the credit, I manage the whole thing, and I'm the labor. I was everything in the beginning. And what I did is I created a track record. I had all that profitability. My father-in-law saw that and he said, you know what, Kris, what if we were to actually go in on doing some deals together? And this is what we came up with. My funding partner, Matt, he put up the money and the credit. I put up the management and the labor. And even then, it didn't mean that I had to do the labor, although I did from time to time. And what that amounted to is a 50-50 partnership. So that's really what a partner is. And a lot of you on YouTube reach out and say, Kris, how can I partner with you? Well, the only partnerships that I take on are people that say, well, I've got money and I've got credit. And then, Kris, will you find the deals, do all of that, have your team do all the labor and work, and will you manage the whole process? Now, pause. Right now, if you're watching this video, you're like, should I keep watching this video if I don't got money or credit? Yes, I want you to learn exactly what I'm doing because you can do this too. I've helped countless people do this, and that's why I'm so excited about this video for you guys. Now, for me, the requirements when I actually work with a partner is generally we're putting 20% down on a property. I'm finding the properties in the best parts around the entire world, right? Right now in America, I've got 4 different hot markets that I'll go into. I'll find undervalued properties. I'll find properties with equity. I'll find properties with really great cash flow. And generally, I'm looking for properties that have a 20+% ROI. Now, I'm good at finding those. If you, by the way, want to know how to get your hands on those, you should actually check out my website. And that's a great opportunity for you to actually learn how you can get your hands on my excess inventory. But that inventory is what I use for me and my partners. We're out there buying real estate. I do have extra inventory. I can hook you up with that. Go to the website to learn how. But generally, my partners, what they'll do is they'll put up $30,000 to $50,000 on a home. And so they'll put up the money. If it requires credit, they'll use their credit. If they don't have credit, we'll actually rent somebody's credit. But basically, they're going to be a 50% owner for putting that up. And then what ends up happening is I'll find the deals, I'll do the work, I'll coordinate everything from the finding and the fixing up and the management and the renting out, the loan process, everything. Everything gets done. And then my partner and I, we split everything 50-50. Now, I have enough partners that I can tell you that there are some people out there that say, hey, you're getting superior returns, you're getting superior profits. I don't really want to come in and do the work. let's team up together. You can do the same thing. If you actually mentor with me in my system and actually learn how to do this, I can supply you the properties, you can go bring them to other people, and you can actually do the same thing that I'm doing. Or I might have some of you watching this video where you're like, well, Kris, I know you only take on a handful of clients every single year, but what would it take if you wanted to partner with me? Well, generally, I only work with people that have the ability to buy at least 2 or 3 properties right out of the gate. Usually that means having $100,000 on up, and then we sit down and we talk and we see if there's room for the right kind of partnership. Do our ideals line up? We review my track record, your track record, and if we come together, boom, we're off to the races, we're out doing real estate, and it's awesome. Basically how it works, this is the part that everyone always wants to know. So what happens next? Once I have a partner that I start working with, where we go from there is pretty fun. I'm gonna get my partner or the other credit partner pre-qualified. So I wanna make sure the credit is lined up, we wanna make sure that the money is lined up, and then I send my team and we go out and we find a great deal. Again, you watch these videos, same thing you can do in your backyard, or you can go to my website and get the excess inventory. I take those deals, I present them to my partner, and then I give them a performance, a performa, something that basically says, here's all of our research on this property, this is why we believe this is a good property. We go through it together, create a comfort level for it, and if we both agree this is a good deal that we want to move forward on, my partner puts up the money, goes through the loan process, and then from there I take over everything else. Once the property is actually purchased, then my funding partner that put up the money and credit, their job is pretty much done. I'm gonna basically keep them in the loop. Me and my team handle the day-to-day, and we're off basically buying real estate, managing it. And I'm gonna come knocking on my partner's door, especially in the next year or two, and say, knock, knock. This property, we can refinance it and take our money out of it and keep the property so we can go buy another one, same investment, 2 properties. Or guess what? It might be 3-4 years, it's time to sell that property. Let's parlay it into our next couple of properties. And here's the goal. If I can help a partner start with 2 or 3 properties, the goal is over 10 years to turn it into a dozen properties. The eventual goal, have them paid off, have the portfolio growing, have it producing a killer ROI. And I pretty much kick trash out of all the different financial planners, basic 3 to 5% return products with what I've been doing in real estate, whether the market's going up or down. Now, as a bonus, I want to share this with you. You can learn how to do this. You can take some of my courses. You can go to the website and learn. I've got a way to specifically tutor you on how to do this. Partnering is one of my favorite ways of saying, I got some resources, you got some resources, let's put our heads together, and guess what? Now we can both be better off because neither of us necessarily wants to do the other person's part. So friends, that's Partnering 101. I hope that was helpful for you, and got a special resource that I want to give you right now. So I've got some special resources set aside. Whether you want to partner with me or whether you want to learn how to go find partners, go ahead and click over to the website and I'll share exactly what that looks like.